Fly me to
the moon. Let me play among the stars. Welcome back to the channel here. My name is Jill and this is Tim.
Hi.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, my name's Alyssa. Thanks for stopping by. And as you've read in the title, we have some big news, life updates, good things. We are moving and we are building our first house at 22 years old. I was going to say 21, but we are 22. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Yes, so that's what we are doing in this upcoming year, and we wanted to make sure we told you guys before we headed into 2021 so you know what the Maddox life plan schedule thing is looking like. So in this video, we're just going to be talking about all things house related and why we came to this decision, the prayers that we had, and just everything that happened from start until now.
Let's get into it.
Let's do it.
This video is fueled by Bezos Coffee.
Yes, got the Bezos Coffee. We love you guys. Now we can actually get started.
2020 has been insane. I think the beginning of this whole journey is kind of going all the way back to like March. Was it March?
Was it really March?
Or was it January?
No, it was January.
Yeah, it was January.
Wow!
At the very beginning of 2020, we were kind of thinking about, okay, we had been married for 2 to 3 months, and we were thinking, okay, we're going to graduate. You know, I was going to graduate end of the spring. Let's just have another year left. So we're like, okay, where are we going after this? Like, what is the plan here? I'm the kind of person I like to know what we're doing, and so I was asking us all the annoying questions you never want to ask, you never want to hear. It's like, what is our plan? You know, what are we gonna do? Where are we gonna be?
It's good to have a plan, though. Good to be prepared.
We recently visited some friends in Texas, had a great time there. But we also had some friends closer in Alabama, and so in our minds, kind of narrowing it down between those two options: Texas or Alabama. And so this is all before COVID, 500 years ago, before COVID, right? But then COVID hit in March. We get sent home from school. We're doing online classes, finishing up the semester. And so we had a lot of time to think.
We did a lot of praying to figure out which one we were going to do because we were tied to both. Like, we had great things about Texas, great things about Alabama, and so it was really hard to decide between each one. And I remember we did a prayer where you said, if you get this job, then that's God telling us to go to Alabama. And if you don't get this job, then we can just keep searching and stuff like that. And he'll probably tell us what we need to do next. And so after you did a bunch of interviews and stuff like that, and you just kept, like, they were like, yeah, we like you, dude, let's go, next round. And we're like, oh no, you might actually get this thing. I don't doubt your mad skill.
I got a job in Birmingham, Alabama for a company called Shift, as some of you all may know. I'm a software engineer with them.
It was like God was opening these doors, showing us, hey, you need to go to Alabama.
We've actually found more opportunity, like more things in life kind of come to light as we've gone down this path. It's like, oh, that may be why God's sending us here. I like to think of this, our experience as praying Gideon prayers. Some of y'all may know the story of Gideon in Judges. He is leading this army of Israel, and he is scared. He doesn't know, God says, hey, lead my army. He is like, I think you got the wrong guy. Lord, if you're with me, then I'm going to leave this fleece out. The morning comes, I want to have the grass wet, fleece dry. And then God did it. He's like, okay, God, so I'm convinced. I'm gonna wake up and I want you grass dry and the fleece wet. And God did it again. And so he leads this army and has incredible success militarily. I heard a couple of sermons on that a few years ago, and I've really tried to integrate that into our prayer life. Being direct, being specific, and letting God open up doors and show us how he wants to work through us.
And be ready to do said
and be ready to do whatever he says. Through the new job, through all the process that we're about to talk about even more, we've found a lot of ways that God can work through us. Right? Thank you for that experience. That was kind of where this whole conversation took off. We were originally going to look and find an apartment, but Birmingham's apartments can be pretty pricey. Okay,
so one of the crazy parts about all this is that you guys were kind of like coming along with this every step of the way without really knowing it. So I don't know if you guys have seen it. My new subscribers, y'all probably haven't, but a couple of months ago, we did a travel vlog to Alabama, and that was when we were looking at the apartments. And at this point, I can't remember if we were crazy serious about Alabama at that point, but I remember that's when we were doing
we were traveling around. We're going
looking at different places. And
stuff. And we kind of did the same thing, kind of for Texas.
Yes.
Because we did.
It
was kind of like a survey thing. Okay, let's get the lowdown, figure out what this was. At this point, looking at apartments. There's a distinct moment I remember that we were looking at the finances, the financial piece of all of this, and looking at how much some of these apartments cost, and I'm like, this feels a lot like a mortgage payment.
The amount that we were gonna pay for wasn't worth what we were getting, especially in just different areas and stuff like that.
And where we were and where we wanted to be. When we go to a church and we want to be hospitable, we want to be really plugged into the community, to the church. You know, we want to have people over and all of that. What we wanted to do and like have like devos in a backyard and things like that. What we were seeing at the time, that vision, the way we wanted to serve, and that way wasn't as clear there.
Yeah.
So we said, okay, let's do this thing that we never thought we were going to do. And that was
buy a
house at 22.
Yeah.
Once we decided that was kind of in their own possibilities,
yeah.
we called up our realtor, who's a good friend of ours.
He actually officiated our wedding.
Yes, he did.
Shout out to you guys.
Called him and said, hey, what does this look like? What kind of, here's the range we're thinking of doing. He said, yeah, it's feasible. He's already looking at for a down payment. And so this was May. It was June. Because I started the new job June 15th. We had already been saving money just to deal with, moving out of where we are now. We wanted to be close enough to everything where we could drive, but we didn't want to be smack dab in the middle of everything.
Yes.
We wanted to actually be able to like sleep at night.
And have our own privacy a bit.
And not have to deal with, a lot of the downsides that come with big city living.
Okay, so at this point it's September. I'm in school. You're doing your job, your full-time job at the time.
You're dodging COVID.
Yes. We're in masking classes. It was just a wild semester just to think on it. We're still trying to decide between buying and building. Zillow was playing with my heart. Sometimes I was just on Zillow just for fun, like not thinking anything.
Just to see what's out there.
Yes, I was like, just to see what's going on. Like, ooh, dream homes, let's go. It was really weird and almost heartbreaking when we actually started getting serious. And I'm like, yo, Keith, this is a nice house. Can we get this one? And then like 8 days later, it's gone. So one of the things that we found that was really hard for us was trying to plan for the future when everything just kept shifting and everything with COVID was changing.
For us, having to wait until like March or April to start really shopping around to buy a house while you're gonna be in school doing the final exams and everything.
And also searching for like internships, jobs. And all of that.
Around, I think it was October, New Year anniversary.
Yeah.
My first anniversary, October 19th.
Dab it up. Ow, that actually kind of hurt.
We've seen a couple builders that we liked. We said, okay, let's look at this seriously and think about going this route. About 4 total builders that we were looking at in the area. They're all building communities. We didn't have to necessarily buy the land first. We could just do the land and the building and construction all in one piece. Start making some calls, seeing what's available in these areas. And at one point, that situation was looking pretty bleak.
Yes.
Because there's one place that, we really liked the build, really loved the style of the homes, loved the flexibility that we were getting. They had like 40 people that they still had to build out. And then had the next phase of the development where it had a 60-person wait list.
Yes, the wait list!
So that's like 100 people. That would put us at waiting until like October or November.
Of the next year.
Of 2021. Yeah. Until we'd be able to even start construction.
So look, you'd be working, I'd be doing whatever I'm doing. We would have nowhere to live if we would have gone with them.
That's like rent short term. Did end up finding a builder, which was actually the first one that we had looked at way back when. Came back around to them, saw it was open, and decided, had a conversation over Zoom with everybody involved, figured out the financing, and we said, okay, we're gonna roll with them. Here are the plans that we like, and let's go.
Here's a funny story for you. So we were looking at all these different house plans and stuff like that. Oh, there was one that I loved so much. It was so nice, but it was small. It had a small living room. But I was just like, well, maybe no. Maybe.
You didn't believe me.
I didn't. I was like, no, it's so cute. Oh my goodness. And so there was 2 that Keith really liked, and I came around to one of them, but there was just one of them that I just did not like at all. It looked dark. It looked just... The staircase looked like it was cutting in the middle of the living room. I was like, no.
These are all pictures from the builder's website.
Yes.
We were like combing through. We were looking at pictures.
Yeah. And this is how I know it's probably God, because all the other plans, instead of like falling apart, kind of left with that one and like maybe 2 or 3 other ones. It's funny because that's the one we picked. The one that I hated the most is the one that we
She came around to, let me tell you, the difference maker was getting down there.
Yes. Oh man,
walking through, because there was only so much that the pictures would give you.
Zillow and them, they're really like deceptive when it comes to some of their photos. So in some of the photos they made like the living room or the loft area looks super big, but in actuality it's kind of small, which makes me really nervous about that one plan that already was small in the photos. So I was like, just imagine it.
Well, here's what we did.
We
because they had the regular photos for the plans, but then I went to one of the houses that was for sale.
Yes.
I looked at those pictures. And so the biggest thing that you end up coming around to with the plan we ended up picking, the one that we're building now.
That sounds so weird. I can't believe we can actually say it.
Yes.
We can actually sing and say it. I'm sorry, I got excited. Okay, so we have 36 minutes left. Really excited to go get this house stuff on the road.
Get the contract going. The thing that ended up selling both of us was just how much light got in with the windows.
Oh, guys, I can't wait to show you. You're gonna love it. It's just so... The living room.
There's a lot of natural light, and
yes,
it is.
I love it. So there was one house that we really, really liked, that we both really liked. It was so beautiful. It had a lot of space, a lot of things so we can host people and stuff like that. And it turned out that they didn't have enough space for one of the lots, and so they're like, okay, that's off the table. And that's how we ended up with the one that we chose now and the other ones. So we get to the place, and she's like, oh, by the way, you guys can actually like build this one now if you want to.
They had a new plan. They were doing all these modifications to it.
Yeah.
And they're like, here's sticker price. I was like, okay, that's not too bad. There's like, well, here are the upgrades you're gonna get with it. And we're like, okay, and no. And then we find out that it would have to be all 4 sides brick, which would tack on an extra $20,000 to the price. And that's where we're like,
no. We got over you, Mr. Houseplant, so we're good.
We picked the plan, we walked through everything, ready to sign the contract, put the deposit down, we're at the table, and we say, okay, we're picking through all the colors we like, we're getting excited.
We're getting sold, man!
You know, our the person for the builder is going to be putting
Very
on her
lady.
software. Great lady.
Yeah.
She was fantastic. But she's putting on her software, and she's like, so the only available lots for that size, they have to be 4-side brick, which means an extra $20,000.
My heart, while they were like sitting there talking, was going up and down, up and down. I was like, yeah, we get the house that we want. And they're like, no, sorry. And I'm like, oh man. And they're like, but wait, there's more.
So we talked through, it's like, okay, because we really liked one particular elevation, one particular siding style. What other lots are currently available? And we dug down deep and asking all these questions. Our realtor is fantastic. He's fantastic. If you're in Birmingham, in the Birmingham, Alabama area, hit us up. He will take care of you.
Like above and beyond.
Let me tell you what he did. We're talking through it, and she's like, okay, well, there's this one lot that's open. Nobody's got a contract on it, but they've already had the building permit for a particular elevation that we did not want. And so we're like, we're getting pretty defeated at this point, looking at our other options. So our realtor hops in, and he says, could they pay to have it re-permitted? To go and get it, to get somebody to come through and get a new building permit for the particular elevation that they want. And she went to her superiors, had a conversation on the phone. We're like praying and biting our nails the entire time. And she comes back and said, yeah, you can do it. So it cost us a little bit extra, but it wasn't $20,000 extra.
Yes, which I was like,
and so in big scheme of things, it was absolutely worth it. Thankful to God that He let us get what we wanted. One of the reasons I love her, because she videos everything.
I do.
Every monument moment, she's there with her camera or her phone, and she got pictures on pictures.
Miss Dawn, if you're watching this, I am you.
And the foundation down pretty soon. In May of 2021, you're gonna be finishing exams on Friday. Lord willing, on Tuesday, we're gonna be moving in. If you want to go along with us on this journey, subscribe to the latest channel, because I've seen got a sneak peek of her super secret schedule, and y'all are in for a treat.
Yes.
So much more content coming, right?
Oh yes, I'm super excited. I decided to call this segment Home Sweet Home, Episode 1. So this is the first episode of it, because this is us announcing what we're doing.
You guys get to get here on the ground floor.
Yes, the foundation of our home.
Now you've got the story, you've got the prequels.
Yes.
You've got the prequels. And as all my Star Wars people know, everything afterward is so much better than the prequels. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and follow her on Instagram, because I'm sure there'll be some IGTVs.
Oh yeah. So one thing I did on Instagram, I don't know if anyone else caught it. They probably didn't, because it's just probably like a random sappy Instagram story that Alyssa does. I put this clip of me and Keith on the day that we signed, and I made sure to put the date on there, because I don't know if you're like me, but I like to go through my highlights every so often and just see what I was doing.
One of the things that I learned at a young age is to rejoice with those who rejoice and weep with those who weep. You know, as Christians, when people go through hard times, we want to be there for them, bring them some food, let them know that they've got somebody there for them. And similarly, when good things happen, you want to be there with your friends and family, celebrate, go to graduations, celebrate promotions and things that happen in your lives. And part of that is telling people. A lot of our really close friends and family members watch these videos. Lots of y'all really cool people who we don't know quite as well yet, y'all watching these videos. Yeah. We just want to rejoice with y'all, and we hope that you will rejoice with us in this amazing blessing that God has, this work that God's done in our lives. Additionally, we just want to, let people know that these kind of things are possible. Yeah, we're so thankful to our parents, our friends, church members, people, these mentors in our lives who've given us the wisdom and the advice to be able to start some things early so that we can be where we are now and be able to reap this blessing that God's given to us. If you'd like to learn more about how we did that, what kind of steps we do, we did a year ago, we did 2 years ago, and we were still dating. In order to be able to pull this off, leave a note down in the comments. Let us know. Maybe we'll do a video on positioning yourself to make these kinds of moves. So let us know if that's something you're interested in.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we're just so excited to take you guys along with this. And please keep us in your prayers, and that we can continue to follow where God leads us and try to live our lives in a way that shines or that shows Christ through us, and never just us being seen. We always want Christ to be seen through us. I think that's it for this video.
Have a great New Year's holiday.
Yes.
Stay safe out there. And bid 2020.
Wait, I did 22. What is it?
Like me, I'm ready to bid 2020 sayonara.
Yes.
So y'all have a great time. We will see y'all later.
Bye. I'm so excited.